Welcome, citizen, to another Starcraft Nation broadcast. I'm your host, Vinorati, and today we're going to see the third of 5 from the Zotac Cup number 30 in between GoOdy and Lalush. These guys are going to be battling it out for the championship, final title, I don't know what you want to call it. But basically, they are going to be fighting for the money. The €100 prize, I believe, is what the title was for this matchup here. But as always, GoOdy will be spawning as a Terran, and Lalush, of course, will be spawning as a Zerg. And we are on Lost Temple. So a very, very, very popular map. It was a very popular Warcraft 3 map as well. I need to figure out whether it was in Warcraft 2 or not. I remember playing Warcraft 2. I don't think Lost Temple was a Warcraft 2 map, because Battle.net wasn't even originally there when Warcraft 2 originally released. I don't know, it was pretty awesome. I loved Warcraft 2, but either way, getting off of that ramp, right now, what we've had going on so far is GoOdy's tried to contain Lalush twice and failed twice. Even on Steps of War. Steps of War, we only got one way out, but Lalush just kind of walked by the contain and said, huh, see ya, and was able to end up beating out GoOdy. Now, the original map that they played out on Blistering Sands, we saw GoOdy try to contain on, well, Blistering Sands. In the main of Blistering Sands, what do you have? You got those destructible rocks. So, not the best decision there. It wasn't necessarily the execution. It was just the wrong, I feel like it was the wrong play at that point. But, focusing on the game that we have going on here, we have the spawning here, or the closest, physically the closest, not the quickest rush distance, but it's very akin to putting some sort of air units in the mix here, because it's just a hop, skipping away. Otherwise, you kind of got to hook around and do all that crazy crap. But we actually do see a lot of ground forces and a lot of positioning here of putting out your ranged units, Marines especially, or Stalkers, but we don't have any Protoss, so it doesn't really matter. Right now, though, Lalush just finished up his spawning pool. Lalush going with a 1-base starter right now, not choosing to get the 14 or 15 hatch. We've seen him do that, and I believe that is a proper reaction to GoOdy, seeing that GoOdy's tried to apply a lot of early pressure, tried to contain. So we know, or, well, not we, Lalush is kind of suspicious of any sort of shenanigans, and we actually have already have Zerglings on the field. We have 4 more Zerglings coming out there. This one Marine being radioed back from this SCV saying, hey man, there are some pissed off bugs over here. We'll be retreating, because if caught out in the open, that one Marine would be cut to shreds. And we have a Roach Warren, so Lalush really sticking to his guns, and I can't blame him for it, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He has won 2 so far, 2 in a row, and GoOdy, though, is not going to be pushing out, will not be throwing down those bunkers, and it looks like he's going to be positioning his Marines out here on the peninsula, trying to catch a glimpse and a couple of pot shots, and it does actually look like the Marines will be shooting a couple of Gauss rounds at that one Zergling, but of course it will end up living through it. I want to make a real quick note, though. We have both reactors fully we have both refineries fully populated right now. So I am smelling a little bit of tech. I don't know about you, and yes, we are seeing a 1-1 build coming right here. Now, are we going to see Banshees? Are we going to see Vikings? Vikings very good against Zerglings, very good against Mutalisks, not so great against Roaches, though. Lalush will be fielding Roaches here. It does appear, well, he did get a Roach Warren, so I hope that he builds a few Roaches, or else it was all for naught. Lalush, though, feeling confident that GoOdy will be balling up inside of his base for a while, grabs the natural. We haven't actually seen a drone transfer yet, but it's probably in the works somewhere. Or maybe not, who knows. It's really, whatever you want to do at this point. We do have Lalush outside the base of GoOdy, kind of picketing here. It's a very common place to stick your Overlord. But great, very useful. If you don't, you're kind of letting yourself down, because the Overlord will be able to get a very nice view. Let's go ahead and actually take a look at that view. Yeah. He gets a nice view of what exactly is going on, and won't be in danger of being sniped by these Marines, as it can just kind of lumber over here just a little bit, and the Marines won't be able to see it. Meanwhile, though, what is this? We have Cloaking Field coming in for GoOdy, as well as a Banshee. So we're going to see those refineries put to use here, and I'm kind of curious why we don't see a second one. I've generally seen 2 starports coming out there with this, but never mind, I know why now, because we are going to see a command center. So not only are we going to see a lot of tech from GoOdy, some early air pressure, but we're going to see him get the expansion, which is going to keep him in the macro game, as we are almost 7 minutes in, and if you don't expand here, if you go all in, you really have to win right here, or else you're going to find yourself really, really, really far behind. So right now, Lalush only has one queen out. Let's go take a look at the units tab. Yeah, he only has one queen out, so Lalush is going to find himself in a bad position right here with his pants down. And yes, this Banshee will be in here, will be pillaging this mineral line. Let's go ahead and take a look at how many kills this bad boy is going to be racking up. No, this bad girl is definitely not a guy right there. 3 kills, 4 kills maybe? 4 kills, there we go. So yes, this gal is already racking up those kills. She is a beast. She has 7 kills, really going to be paying for herself. Meanwhile, in response though, are we going to see, we don't actually see any queens coming on the line for Lalush, and we don't even have an Evo chamber. So Lalush going to be sticking with what he has, but actually, never mind, he's going to be getting the Vengeful Sack, so it looks like he's going to be going for a counter drop here. Very nice. Not going to be taking it lightly here. We do see him actually going after this queen. Both of these Banshees are going to be cloaked, so this queen has no chance of responding. Meanwhile, though, we do we have it? Yes, we have one more queen on the way, and these Banshees are just racking up kills here. 14, 15 kills, 3 kills. These Banshees are freaking beasts. Meanwhile, Lalush will be dropping in here. We are seeing a landing in the main of Goody. Goody, though, has quite a few Marines in here. Will it be enough, though? They are retreating back to their bunker. Lalush, though, not ridiculous enough to actually try to engage them on that bunker, but we have a lot of roaches. But the roaches will not actually be able to engage these Banshees. So these roaches are stuck here, and we do actually see the SCVs coming in here, not going to die easily, not going to go quietly into the night. They are going to be fighting back here, and we will see all of the roaches going down. Meanwhile, a Thor is on the field, and this Viking is going ahead and pillaging all of these overlords. So we aren't going to see Lalush actually supply luck because he lost his entire army. But meanwhile, over here, we do have a Spore Crawler trying desperately to grow. We have another one in the mineral line, but Goody, seeing that this is going on, will be sniping it and will be putting that craziness to an end. We have 18 kills on this Banshee. She is a baller. Actually, she's a Sky Captain for all of those Starship Trooper fans right there. And we don't have, do we have another queen coming on the way? No, we only have one queen on the field right now, and both of these Banshees are in full health. So that one queen will definitely get owned if it is not careful. Lalush in a really bad position here. Not only are there Banshees in the air looming over his base, will be killing his production buildings, but Goody actually has a sizable ground force still. He has the Marines and that Thor. That Thor is really what's going to be causing Lalush a pretty big headache, as this Roach Warren does actually die. Was that a chunk of, I don't know what, that was an awesome chunk of something, but right now we have the Banshees going to be pinging on this lair. This lair will take actually quite some time to go down, but we do have a second queen coming on the field for Lalush, so Lalush will be coming up here trying to make something happen. Do we have any energy for transfuse though? No, we don't. So if we, those queens will not be able to handle it unless they transfuse, as they do not like being off of that skin carpet. We do see them. It will take a while. Will they be able to get there in time? They will be able to get off the first few shots, though. What to do? Yes, they are going to be focused firing down that Banshee, but we do see Lalush bring over an Overseer. We see Goody trying to micro away that Banshee, trying to make something happen there. But one-on-one right now, we see this queen will be going down to this Banshee. This Banshee is going pew-pew, and boosh, there we go. Yes, the Banshee does dispatch that queen. So Lalush sitting here on his haunches. He does have his natural, so his economy isn't so bad. We actually see them neck and neck right now, but he's just in a bad tech position, and we are actually seeing the Vikings coming over here. Will be taking out this Overseer, or at least attempting to taking out this Overseer, and we do see the lair finally collapsing, and all of this creep will be receding, and all of these buildings here will be dying as well, dying on the vine. Meanwhile, Lalush does actually GG out of this, and I guess he just really didn't see any sort of means to overcome Goody, because his initial drop, although it did do economic damage, it was not enough to actually cripple his opponent, and Goody doing a good job of not letting this be a complete sweep, using those Banshees and taking Lalush off guard. As we saw, Lalush only had one queen in the beginning and didn't even throw down a Evo chamber the moment that he saw what was going on. So Lalush there, not able to respond in an appropriate manner, and thusly he lost. So, guys, thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. We have 2 more coming, and they end up getting better as they go. The last one is actually pretty baller. So I will be linking all of these, hopefully with nice little bubbles that you can click on. And I guess I will go ahead and end this one right now. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. And as always, citizens, stay safe.